I'm Edward Warfield, the publisher of Citybiz, and I'm honored today to interview David Pijor, who's the CEO of FVCbank. Welcome, David.
Edwin, thank you for having me.
Your career has included stints as a lawyer and a bank executive. You spent 22 years as of counsel at Sherman and From, and in 2007 you became CEO and chairman of FVCbank. Can you provide highlights of your career and the decision to join FVCbank?
Absolutely. I'd love to tell you a little bit about my background. I'm an attorney by trade, but a banker by love, I guess. So, I did make a decision to join FEC Bank. I'm actually the founder. So, November 27, 2007, we were chartered. We're a state chartered bank, member of the Federal Reserve, but that's when the bank opened. And I've been the CEO of the bank ever since then. I came to Washington to go to law school. I grew up the son of the president of a bank, Lorain National Bank in Lorain, Ohio. Came to Georgetown Law School, ended up staying here, practiced law for about 30 years. I didn't realize that banking was in my blood. You know, the son of a banker, you learn or hear or feel things. And one of the things that impressed me growing up, and I didn't even realize this until later after getting out of law school, was how important a community bank is for the health and success of the communities they serve. I remember getting my dad getting Christmas cards in Christmas from people who I'd never heard of before, and I'd open the card, and invariably it'd be some version of Stan. My dad's name is Stan Pijor. Stan, you made the first loan for me when no one else would, and now I'm a success, and it was all attributable to you and Lorain National Bank. So I guess those images, those understanding of how powerful a community bank was really key to me starting this bank now 16 years ago. As I said, I practiced law for many years, a degree from Georgetown Law. I started representing banks and bankers. Realized that banking was an interesting industry. And when we had the opportunity in 2007 to organize this bank, I jumped at the chance to become not only the founder of the bank, but the CEO of the bank. So it's been an interesting challenge. I still love practice law, although I haven't done it for 16 years. But my background, both in college as an econ major and in law school as a tax expert, give me some understanding of the tools necessary to be a good commercial banker. Every day we help our customers, and one of the ways that I think community bank can most importantly serve our community is to lend aggressively to the businesses that make up the communities we serve. So having a background in tax and economics gave me some tools to make me, I think, a good banker. So that's a little bit about my background.
Interesting. Thanks for sharing that. Can you provide a snapshot of the bank's financial performance, highlighting some key metrics like profitability, asset quality, and liquidity?
Of course. Well, we're about $2.4 billion in total assets. We've grown pretty rapidly over the last, as I said, 16 years. We have acquired a couple of banks in the course of our existence. Today, we have a loan portfolio of about $1.8 billion, and that's made up of a lot of loans to local businesses in the footprint, the DMV, from Baltimore down to south of Richmond. We're very profitable. We're a focused relationship bank. We believe that that's one of the keys of our success, that has enabled us to grow as quickly as we have over the last 16 years. We're continuing to grow. We believe that the current interest rate environment and the potential recessionary, maybe, depending on which economist you talk to, ahead of us, really opens an opportunity for a very focused commercial community relationship based bank. And that's who we are.
And so, what are some of the milestones since starting the bank in 2007? Can you talk about some of the milestones and some of the acquisitions? I know I'm a customer, was a customer of Colombo Bank. So, if you could share a little bit of the history over the last 15 years, would be great.
No, I'd be delighted to. So, We have grown primarily organically over the last 15 plus years, but we did do two acquisitions. You mentioned Colombo Bank. We fell in love with Colombo because of its focus on serving the community in Baltimore and Washington, D.C. Um, we originally opened up our bank in Virginia, but we always serve the greater DMV area. So having the Colombo locations to better enable us to serve customers in Washington D.C. and in Baltimore made it a perfect acquisition. We also love the customer focus that Colombo had from its inception. You mentioned some of the bankers in Baltimore, and that was really important for us in acquiring Colombo. That was in 2018. Big milestone for us, our second acquisition. Another big milestone shortly thereafter, we took the bank public. We're trading on the NASDAQ small cap market. So that was another big milestone in our growth over the last 16 years. We continue to look for other ways we can serve our community through other uh, technologies that we can provide our customers. But I think those are very, very big milestones for us.
And so, who are some of the key members of your team?
So we have a fabulous a team of executives. The president of the bank, Patricia Farrick, has been with us since the bank opened. My chief lending officer is Bill Byers. My chief credit officer, an individual named Michael Nassi. Chief banking officer, um, Sharon Jackson, and my CFO, Jennifer Deacon. I don't think I left anybody out. Sorry, I did. My chief operating officer was also one of the first hires I made. Sorry, Todd Dempsey. So it's this team of highly passionate, involved, and committed professionals that really have driven the success of the bank. One of the interesting conversations I had with as I said, we're a Virginia bank. Joe Face is our banking, state banking commissioner. Uh, he always indicated that one of the successes of a new bank is making sure you can attract and energize a lot of really really good banking executives. So we are fortunate at FEC Bank to have such a very powerful team of executives that help me every day.
So I talked to one of colleagues. It seems like you really are trying to integrate fintech solutions into what you're doing. Can you tell us about some of the your new digital capabilities and how you're integrating them into your traditional banking model?
Absolutely, and that's a very critical and an important question right now. As many of your viewers will know, there's been a bit of a banking crisis the last couple months, or in the last 6 months, with some very notable failures, um, and some questions about what will the continuing role of community banks in the United States? Is there a role? Should we only have five big banks? We obviously think that in every crisis, in chaos, there are opportunities. We believe that two things will drive our continued success in these challenging markets. One, we've talked about a bit, and that is the relationship nature of our bank. The technology, the thing that you talked about, I think is also very key for any bank moving forward. We look at technology as providing a couple level of advantages to those banks who know how to use technology. First, it allows banks to become much more efficient in how they operate internally, less people doing more things. We also believe that technology can make the customer experience a lot easier. One of the common complaints about a bank is they're so hard to deal with. They require so much time and energy and paperwork. Oh my goodness, so much paperwork. So we think the use of technology to make the customer experience is very key. And lastly, but perhaps as importantly, in this day and age, um, many people think that a bank is located in their phone, and they never go to a branch bank. You're one of the old school like I am, that actually go into branch banks. Um, but many of our customers do not. So we think technology can help provide additional products and services to those people who are used to getting all their information and services from their phone. A recent example that we're very proud of is a AI based lending platform for small business loans called Lightning Lending. It's a very unique, as I said, AI based platform that we're proud to roll out to make getting small business loans faster, simpler, easier. With Lightning Lending, it's possible to get approved and funded and the loan in your account in literally minutes as opposed to days, weeks, or sometimes months. So we think technology and the appropriate partnership with with tech partners that can provide this level of service is one way banks like us not only survive but really thrive, distinguish ourselves from our peers, and continue to grow and stay relevant, which is very, very important for us.
Well, that's exciting to hear because I run a SaaS model and it's, I've got all the fintech companies sort of approaching me for lending. So I'm glad to hear that a bank, a traditional bank, is integrating some of these solutions in your offerings. That's exciting news. Let's talk a little bit about your community involvement. Can you highlight the bank's commitment to the community and your role in promoting community development?
Indeed, one of the real roles of a community bank is to serve the communities we serve. I mean, we as many community bankers view our constituents as our customers, our employees, and our community. And we believe that as a key role in communities that we serve, that we have an obligation uh, to help the communities we are involved with be better places. We have thousands of hours of employee service by our employees every year. There's dozens and dozens of charities and organizations from Habitat to Humanity, Ronald McDonald House, N Street Village in DC that we provide money and our time and energy and our passion for. We believe that it's interesting. I'll get off my soapbox in a minute, but one of the powerful functions of a community bank in serving their community is is making small business loans, and serving our communities fully and completely. That involves not only lending money and taking deposits, but also being part of the fabric of the communities we serve. If small business is the engine of growth in the United States and generating more jobs than the large Fortune 1000 companies, well, it's community banks that are the fuel for that engine. And so we think we do that by serving our community with time, energy, money, commitment, um, and those are part of our core values that have enabled the bank to survive and thrive as much as we have in the last 16 years.
So my next question I've asked a few times in the past is I'm always sort of cynical on the response, but the truth is, community banks are either the acquirer or the acquired. So yeah, what are your growth plans, and will you be the acquirer or will you be acquired?
Well, you're right in that the number of community banks has drastically um, been reduced over the last couple of years. When my dad was the CEO of Lorraine National Bank, a little $1 billion community bank, I think there were 14 or 15,000 banks in the country. Right now, I think there are about 4,600. Some experts have said that there may be 3,500 in 3 years or 3,000 in 3 to 5 years. Um, we are nimble, we're entrepreneurial, we are opportunistic. As I said, we have acquired two banks over the course of the last 16 years with our relationship technology model. I think we will be an acquirer. We will be a survivor. We will continue to be relevant in providing additional tools and products to serve the communities that we are embedded in. And so I'm feeling very bullish about where we go next.
One final question that I'm going to ask. I was going to, obviously, you're sort of in retirement age, but I'm not going to ask you about you. When is Jamie Dimon going to retire?
I don't know. I ask him that all the time, and he's pretty close to the vest with his answers. So I'm not sure. But I have a lot of energy. I am probably your age or older, Edwin. So I'll ask you the same question.
I'm going to retire when I decide to play golf, and right now I'm not planning to play golf until I'm in my 90s, assuming that I'm still here.
Well, Edwin, I'm one of the few bankers you'll meet that's not a golfer, so I can't even have that excuse when I retire.
I've never been a golfer person, so yeah, don't plan on taking up golf for a while. But so as long as Jamie Dimon, as we all know, has had some. He had a aorta bypass, which, as you probably know, he did a wonderful job of not telling or sort of circumventing the media. But so, David, I enjoyed this conversation, and so glad that we didn't have another lawyer on Earth. We don't need any more lawyers.
We need more bankers. We need more bankers.
We do need more bankers, and the only reason I continue showing up at your bank is Caesar's personality. So all my other banking needs are usually met online. So I want to thank you for your time, and my encounters with your bank have been delightful, and I wish you the best of luck going forward.
Thank you, Edwin. Thank you for having me.